Most of you know this token. Litecoin had yesterday a halving. You see here these blue lines showing us the halvings, and always after the halvings we saw, like on Bitcoin, we saw a pump. You see it here 2015, then we saw a pump in Litecoin. Here we saw 2019, we saw a pump in altcoin. And are we expecting here also a pump in Litecoin after the halving? This is what we will speak, and we will speak also about altcoin season, which is about to happening in my opinion, because we are here in this falling wedge. This falling wedge is a bullish pattern. This is ETH versus Bitcoin chart, and if ETH versus Bitcoin breaks to the upside, we are speaking of 0.08 ETH versus Bitcoin. So it means Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. This means altcoins will outperform Bitcoin, which also speaks for a pump in Litecoin. Also, we see here on the total, the Bitcoin dominance chart. The Bitcoin dominance chart formed here. We got rejected, by the way, here in this red zone, as I told you before. And we formed here a bear flag. A bear flag, it means Bitcoin should lose in dominance, which means in conclusion that altcoins should outperform Bitcoin, right? So I expecting here an altcoin season, but before we are coming to the altcoin season, we could see still some more drop in the Bitcoin or the whole crypto market, because you see the funding rates are very positive, 0.01. We want to see them negative in order to see a dump in the market. So a lot of news to cover today, bratans. If you appreciate, hit the like button. Okay, let's go. Let's speak about the about Litecoin first, because Litecoin could be potentially a very nice long opportunity or a buying opportunity. So what is important to know? Let us analyze the 2015 bear market, the 2015 halving. So what happened before a halving? We saw always a massive pump, you see, to the upside, and before the halving we saw a massive drop. Why? Because it's buy the rumors and sell the news. It's always the same. You see it here also. It's surging before the halving. We see a pump, and then after the halving we see a massive dump, sell the news. And the same we see also right now is happening. You see it here, a surge of the price before the halving, and right now expecting a dump. But how low we can go? So I wouldn't buy right now into Litecoin. We can just watch previously. So previously, if we are watching what happened, we saw a top out before the halving, you see, and then we saw a retracement until or a downtrend 70%. So 70% after Litecoin topped out, we saw 70% drop to the downside. 2015, 2019, we saw top out, and then we saw a drop down as low as 80% even. So right now we are expecting that we could see here a drop of at least I would say 50%, so at least to $54, or we could see here even a drop Litecoin at $35. So watch out. I have also here this green fields showed you here why these green fields are representing the previous high before the halving. So before the halving, you see it here, we saw here the local high, and we perfectly retested this zone. You see it here, we retested it here with this red candle. You see it, no, you see it here, you see perfectly retested here the previous high, and also we had here perfectly retested the previous high. You see it here one time, and we saw even a drop lower below to nearly bottom, retesting of the previous bottom. And I expecting here also that we will retest here the level of $67 or even at $46. But according to the previous halvings, we could see, like I told you, 70% drop to $34. So I wouldn't buy right now into Litecoin. I would wait personally until we see a sharp rejection, a big retracement to the downside, like we saw it here. Also 2015, 2017, you see a massive drop. And then what is very important, we saw after the halving, Litecoin consolidated for around 488 days in 2015, 588 days. In 2019, we saw a consolidation of around 490 days, so also around 500 days. And right now we are expecting here again a consolidation of around 500 days, which would mean we will see again a really huge pump in Litecoin in the end of 2024, which is in a perfect alignment with the bull market, which will start after the Bitcoin halving in April 2024. So we see always after Bitcoin took off, you see it here, for example, after Bitcoin took off in 2020, end of 2020, so did also Litecoin. Here you see after 2020, you see it here after 2020, Huyak, you see Litecoin pumped heavily of over 600%. So I expecting here also Bitcoin to pump after the halving. After the halving, mid of the halving of Bitcoin will happen in April 2024. So I expecting here in end of 2024 Bitcoin heavily to rise to the upside to the price targets here of around $130,000. So I expecting here, wait a minute, let us assume we will be here at 40,000 approximately, so it will be 200% pump. Litecoin could pump between, if we are watching the previous rise after the halving, when we bottomed out, then we saw a rise of 1,500% in 2021, and in 2015 we saw after bottoming out, the bottoming out happened here in 2015, and then with the bull market we saw a surge of around a pump of around 15,000%. This is crazy, man. So what we're expecting here, we're expecting that we will bottoming out in this area between $65 and $35, the worst thing. So in this area I would start DCA into Litecoin at 65 and then down to $35, because this is the buying zone in my opinion for Litecoin. And then I expecting Litecoin to surge at least by 500%. This would be $350, or we could see even a pump of $1,500 to $950. So this is a nice buying opportunity for spot portfolio, but also I'm watching here to go long on Litecoin, but only as soon as we're hitting this area at $60. So in case we are hitting the area at $60, I jumping into a long position. Because I would set here my stop loss then at, wait a minute, Zuckerbrot, where is it? I would set here the stop loss at around, wait a minute, I would set stop loss at $34, and my price target would be here obviously at least, at the previous high at $400. So this would be a risk reward of 8.6. You see it here, the previous high at $400. So in my opinion, this is an amazing risk reward ratio. You could wait also until we are hitting here $50, but we don't know if we're hitting. I'm for sure we will hit $64 at least, because it's our previous high. You see it here. So this would be a risk reward of 8.6. Right now I am in a long position in LDO, which is $300. I speak in a second about the 33% in loss, and $5,000 on Aave, 25% in loss. But I will jump also in LTC long position, swing long position. Swing means for several weeks you will hold it, and you can also, if you want, jump into a long position, but wait and do your own research, and you can claim $1,000 bonus on Bybit. You can just put $100 in and you get $1,000 bonus. You can just jump into long with this bonus. You don't have to even use your money. A link is down below in the description, bratans. Very important, let us quickly speak about LDO, because we are expecting here an altcoin season, as I told you. Let us quickly speak about LDO, why I'm in a long position, because we see here LDO right now in a massive symmetrical triangle. You see it here, a huge symmetrical triangle, and if as soon as we are breaking out of the symmetrical triangle, we could go as high as, wait a minute, here, as high as, if we are breaking out here, let's assume we are breaking here in end of August, we could go as high as $4.50. So in my opinion, risk reward to jump into a long position of LDO is right now crazy. I mean, if we are set our price target at $4, let's say at $4, and we set our stop loss below our previous low, so below $1.50, let's say we set at $1.40, or we go even at $1.30, we have a risk reward $3.60. I mean, you could even make a risk reward that you set your stop loss here below the previous low in December 2024. So you set your stop loss at 70 cents, then you still have here, and a price target at $4, you still have 1.8 risk reward it's still amazing. So, but don't forget the first price target. The first price target is still here, $3.20. Why $3.20? Because I'm expecting here that we will break here this huge volume zone at $2.40. You see it here, $2.40 is a huge volume zone. As soon as we're breaking $2.40 to the upside, I expecting here that we will reach our previous high at $3.20. So this is a risk reward. If you jump right now into LDO long position and set your stop loss below the local low at $1.50, then you have here risk reward F3.9. This is crazy, man. So $3.20 is the price target. This, in my opinion, amazing. LDO, if for everyone who don't know about LDO, no, it's not a Rolls-Royce project. LDO is a staking protocol of Ethereum, and the most of Ethereum is staked on LDO. So I expecting as soon as Ethereum break to the upside, and we see here we are expecting that Ethereum will break to the upside as the charts show here, because we are in a huge falling wedge. As soon as Ethereum beats Bitcoin and see Ethereum breaking to the upside, expecting also LDO breaking to the upside. Also, let's speak about Aave, because I still in my Aave long position. So if we are watching here Aave is still in this symmetrical triangle. The price target of Aave, as soon as we are breaking out of the symmetrical triangle, is here around $155. So risk reward is here around 3.69 if you set your stop loss here below the previous low at 37, let's say at $39, and the price target at around, let's say, at $155. Risk reward 3.53. This is amazing risk reward. The first price target is $100. So I expecting here, as soon as the altcoin season begin, I expecting here at least a pump of 55%. Amazing risk reward, amazing swing long opportunity, in my opinion. You have to do your own research, bratans. Please do your own research. I'm still in my long position. You see here $5,000 in a loss, 25%. Aave LDO $340 loss, 33%, bratans. If you want, you can use $1,000 from Bybit if you want, bratans. But yes, let us quickly watch Bitcoin, because Bitcoin are expecting to see some more dump to the downside, because we see here the funding rates right now getting very high. You see on some exchanges they're getting on DYDX even 0.02. This is very high, so I'm expecting here a massive dump in the market, bratans. The massive dump, how low we can go. So I expecting and hoping we see only a dump here to the level of 28,200, because this is the monthly 20 moving average and we have extreme volume, but or even to the weekly 20 moving average, so to 27,990. But in case we are losing the support at 27,900, then I'm expecting we will go as low as 25,500, bratans. And 25,500 is the big price target in case we see here the total crypto market cap further breaking down. I hope we will not close this daily candle today below this yellow line, because it means we breaking here this symmetrical triangle, this yellow line to the downside, and then we're expecting total crypto market cap to go to $1 trillion. At $1 trillion in June, we saw the $1 trillion market cap, and in June we saw also Bitcoin $1 trillion market cap. Here in June it was at 25,000. So this how low we can go for our day traders, which means you hold the position only for several days or several hours. It means it could be short opportunity to the price target here of 28,200 right now, 2.6%, or even to 25,600, 11.5%. Also here you can use the bonus for shorting Bitcoin on Bybit, bratans. Thank you everyone for watching, bratans. I kiss you and I see you later. Ha!